Alright, so here today we got something pretty cool. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. We do in fact finally have our brand new LR announcement. What happened? I have no idea. Maybe they simply just did not have enough teasers for whatever this character is. Escanor got 5 freaking teasers, and this one got 1 so far. So yeah, there's that. Let's jump into it. Like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's check it out. So this is the tweet over here. Let's translate the post first. Who is the next LR character? The third release of the LR character appears. Who do you think the next LR character will be? Please let us know your predictions. Then they give us this image over here, which I'll translate the text for you because it looks like I don't even know why. The image is so low quality. I have no idea why. But let's quickly translate this, just see if there's anything special on the image itself. But right now in the image, we actually just see a crown, basically. Now, that's like a kind of easy thing to sort of guess. So it simply says, okay, if my phone could just translate it, what is the next LR character? That's all it says. I'm thinking it's gonna say something special. No, it doesn't. It basically just says what is the next LR character, and then again it just shows us a crown. Now, this is kind of sort of pretty easy to establish who it kind of is. We're getting Rimuru LR. I'm kidding, imagine like the crown with Rimuru. No, it is going to be King most likely, right? King has a crown. There is nobody else in the game, right, that can basically have a crown, and like he's a king. So it's like a king's crown. Like who else could it possibly be? King Arthur. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine. Wait a second. Imagine though. No, it's imagine. No, they would never, right? It's probably King. Imagine it's Arthur though, because actually, if you think about it, it's possible. It's probably King because we're getting a fairy unit and whatnot. Like the back, does that have anything to do with this? No, right? I don't know. The back looks like that one segment with the gate that Gother opens. Is it Gother? Oh, it's Gother. I think it's King, bro. I think it's King. Which King? I have no idea. That is actually another good question. Which king is it? Does any of these kings have a crown on them? Imagine this Fat King, bro. Dude, we're gonna get Fat King making a huge comeback, baby. Oh my god. Okay, so if it were to be one of the kings, let's establish this point first before we establish anything else. If it were to be one of the kings, it's not gonna be Demon King. He's not getting his LR right now. So Blue King was like a meta staple back in the day. Remember that? He really was. But you know, LV Melly got his LR first before any other of the regular Meliodases. Escanor got one because he really has no festival unit that can get one. Like the one Escanor is still sort of relevant in PvE content. So beyond that, don't think he's getting one anytime soon. So regular Escanor got it. But like Blue King is way too fallen off to actually be useful, right? So genuinely speaking, I don't see I don't see that one working, right? Green King, no. Red King had a meta for a while, but is it Red King? I mean, it could be, right? It definitely could. It could be Arthur, man. Every time I hit back, it shows me Arthur. So who knows, bro? Who knows? But most likely it's gonna be this king over here, Small Wing King. That one makes the most sense, correct? Because we're in that situation where like he really needs an LR. He really needs an LR, right? So with that aspect of it, we'll definitely see what they can do. This king could like make a huge comeback, right? This king can make a huge comeback because there's a new Elaine coming too, right? Remember that there's a new Elaine coming soon. We also have that leak. So remember, the reason we were thinking it was going to be King anyways was because that new Elaine is leaked, and the other Elaine actually did really good to the actual team itself, and it's the same named Elaine, so it's gonna be like similar skills. You'll have one of the buff skills, you'll have something here, so like it could be their way of forcing you to summon for that Elaine character to make the new king you know, be something, if you will. So for that aspect of it, this could be good. Because remember, like the relic, unless, you know, some characters also recently just get a completely different passive, and like their relic may have no sort of anything with them. Increase all enemies damage taken when having the shocks debuffs by 30%. And I think that's basically portraying what King does. I think it's shock, right? Yeah, shock. So remember that there's potential here. And like the homie Lance came up with like a really cool concept, and we've got a lot of concepts here about like LR King. Like LR King and LR Elizabeth were the two LRs everyone thought was happening. I also saw a really cool concept on like a festival king, which I wonder if we actually get a light festival king. Could work. I see it happening, right? But on the aspect of this, enemies with 2 or more of the effects poison, bleed, shock, and corrosion become. By the way, this is a concept. No one take this as, oh my god, we got the leaked kit. No, but let's keep going. Corrosion become unable to remove debuffs using recovery skills. If there are 3 of the above debuffs, additionally decreases 1 orb from their ultimate move gauge at the end of the ally's turn, and increases allies' basic stats by 25%. Enemies under the debuff effect take 10% more damage for each active effect. All right. Again, look at it where LV Melee was much better. King will probably be much better. Escanor was wonky because he's damn good, but like, I don't know, human team just needs one more character. We need like a stance character. Arthur's good and whatnot. Roxy's good, but I think that human team itself like needs a little bit of help. But if fairy team has King and it has you know, what we have with the new Elaine, right? It has potential to actually do good. It does, correct? So they can make a huge comeback there. I didn't even finish reading the kit. I was trying to check the other fairy characters, but inflicts damage equal to 500%. Corrosion releases 150% over here for 2 turns, which is pretty good. Inflicts damage equal to 245% of attack on all enemies. Applies poison and shock for 3 turns. And then again, the ultimate 500% and Abyss ultimate, 50% less damage for 2 turns, right? Simple stuff like that. So there are aspects of this that could definitely work, right? And that's a concept. Keep that in mind. So I'm curious on what happens here, how they handle this, because on normal fairy team, who's the 3rd unit, right? I've never run fairy team, bro. Like if we were to say Small Wing King is 1, then you have, was it Gerhard? So definitely Elaine's gonna be the 2nd one, so that's 2. Now is it Helbrum? Is it Gerhard? Is it, I don't know. So whatever the 3rd unit is for fairy team, that could kind of work out. But yeah, and then remember, in the future, as time progresses, we're going to get Lancelot, we're going to get more fairy characters, because they are introduced to us in Fort Koa. So this is more so a thing also set up for the future. Like, as Fort Koa releases, if Netmarble screws their head on correctly, because after AOT, I don't know what the fudge happened, but if they do screw their head on correctly, there is a lot of potential for how they handle all these characters, and Fairy Race can get a huge revive, and even Giant Race. Like, all the races actually get a crap ton new characters that are introduced. Goddess Race also, right? Because Goddess Race, I think Goddess Race is the lowest with the aspect of units. Maybe not, actually. That's a lot, but most of those are Elizabeths. A lot that counts as Elizabeth, right? So most of these are Elizabeths, right? But in the aspect of Giant, it's just mostly Deanne, Droll, Matrona. So the races other than Human, Fairy, and Human, Demon, and Unknown. Those are like the 3 that are stacked out. The rest are just dead. So definitely need something. So yeah, that is the LR teaser. That is again going to be probably LR King. It could be LR King Arthur. Could be. It could also be Liz, because technically she's a princess. I don't know. King Meliodas. I don't know. Those are the only things that work in my head. So yeah, that's all I got for you here today. And dude, it looks like Slime Rimuru. Are we getting LR Rimuru, bro? Like, you see the way that this is formed? Does it not look like Rimuru to you? It's just me, bro. I'm high. All right, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. I will stay safe. It looks like Rimuru.